eduka yobomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide ilikuwa tukachirangi cha Crown Paints eyuere company nambe yemo eyo korose chirangi meyense yiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira soko raisia ebintu biria bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi ejo boyiko chire chichi brand ao ejo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabono mbabwate chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentera nigwa amavuta yani oil na bwigo chiriya chia mache inyuranga chirangi chiga nigo chire korwase chire chiri guririke iriya gatigati wekariguri lyabantabati bwigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo bwate emixer iyo gwochoganya chirangi wekabunuragani gwochoganire erangi yiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores nabo kwegena muna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora gwikirano tutarire rero eliwe nyorere abamanyi nabwigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara njibwa tokorekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego tokase enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eyuerangene duka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyuere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simbwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500. Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Aha, kwa hiyo umeamua kuumwaga mchele kwenye kuku wengi. Mbona mimi na yako siyasemi? Mwanaume gani wewe? Kutwa kujilizaliza. Sehemu ya kulia mimi, unalia wewe. Ukirudi nyumbani, unalala tu. Haujali mwenzako nimekula, nimeshiba au nina njaa. Au niwaambie watu kama mchezaji majeruhi, kwa mwezi unacheza mara moja tu. Niache!
Dada, maneno unayamwaga hayo.
Niache. Wewe umeamua kuyamwaga. Kuanzia leo watu
Mwanchwa umurio Getembe TV Ekeonga kia muamugusi werire biyando si alse tosante kurwa ekene Ekeonga Chinsa Ikomi asenchira yo wenge bana basida kuri studio kabere ven Nyaboga kurwa somuno abu manyeri na inchengoro kwa Catherine Nyaboga kabana intugoika omwerio abakegurwa batano no mobo boiti bo mworoke abato jongi ni goba ikiwa bosi boike gambero ya kibera ase basoerwa na mamocho yo boiti batano na babere batano no mabu ni goba kora wana umusiesi bwigeta Senegia Central Samson Taramu abanyanyimbo bandi babere naboigo nabakagirwa bandi batatu.
Samson Kiprotich Talam, James Mugwana, Peter Kimani alias Kim, John Gige Gitau alias Kinara, Jean Amito Abou alias Gilbis, Brian Waniki Njue. The court is hereby informed by the DPP on behalf of the Republic of Kenya that you 6 persons you've been charged with the following offense. Murder contrary to Section 203 as read with Section 204 of the Penal Code, Cap 63 laws of Kenya. And the particulars are as follows. Samson Kiprotich Talam, James Muhwana, Peter Kimani alias Kim, John Gige Gitau alias Kinara, Jean Amito Abou aka Gilbis, Brian Mwaniki Njue, on the night of the 7th June, day of 8th, an error there, DPP, on the night of the 7th and 8th of June 2025, between 9:30 and 2 a.m. at Central Police Station within Nairobi County, jointly with others not before this court, you murdered Albert Omondi Ojwang. Accused 1, Samson, is it true or not true?
Not true, Your Honor.
James Muhwana, is it true or not true?
Not true, Your Honor.
Peter Kimani, is it true or not true?
Not true, Your Honor.
John Gige Gitau, true or not true? Jean Amito Abwao, is it true or not true? Brian Maniki Njue, is it true or not true? You can sit.
Thank you very much, my lady.
Plea of not guilty entered for all the 6 accused persons. Right. The modus operandi is for them. First, they apply for bail, then you oppose.
My lady, we have a different view.
Yes.
Because bail is constitutionally given by the Constitution, so it is us that are applying.
That's not my modus operandi. It is constitutionally, I take judicial notice that you've already objected, but give them time to say just in one sentence, it is usually one, and then you rise and oppose.
Havomo bwa bishop be kanisa yege Catholic gose Kenya Conference of Catholic Bishops ni go wakora ege karomu gasorero aseba kwanira bakenya osasiba kwanira igoro yoburendi bwinsi bishop aboni go bakwanira okorobekana kwa baseba genzi nabo igo asiba kwanira ege tambokero kyabanyanyimbo gotumeka chinguru wetani ekerengo anena mono chingaki abasabo bakorobekana.
It has now been 1 year since our young people, often referred to as Gen Z, took to the streets. By and large, the protests began as a peaceful protest against rising taxation, lack of opportunities, and what they described as a system that increasingly ignores their voices. They were expressing what many Kenyans had already felt and expressed. These youth-led demonstrations reminded us of the power of civic consciousness and the rightful place of young people in shaping the country's direction. However, the protests soon degenerated into violent encounters and brutal use of force, leading to a huge loss of lives, especially of the young people. As bishops, we appeal to the youth to exercise their rights peacefully and within the law. Since then, the church and other civic actors have sought to engage them meaningfully, offering platforms for dialogue and participation.
Security forces have, in several documented cases, used excessive force against protesters, activists, and citizens seeking transparency. We have also seen the slow or non-existent prosecution of individuals implicated in corruption or the misuse of public office. These contradictions erode public trust and breed resentment.
Our brothers, sisters, priests, sons and daughters and friends who deserved protection and justice. The cold-blooded shooting of Boniface Kariuki by a police officer at point-blank range is most shocking. Security officers are sworn to protect, not to harm. When those charged with upholding law and order become the source of fear and injustice, it signals a moral crisis in the state.
Murai wensi ya Kenya umuske Daktari wa Samoei Ruto nigo aigirire kiombe kia banyanyimbo na kubaenekeria oborendi ase mirimo yabo gukwana kuri nyumba y'obora ya State House omochi o Nairobi emambia yerit kuri rero Ruto nigo arukubole guchasa abakenya gusika abanyanyimbo bonsi.
We have sufficient infrastructure to make sure that this happens within the law. I am very proud of what our policemen and women have done in Haiti, for example. Kenya was chosen amongst many nations because we have a professional police service that works within the law, that operates within the parameters of the requirement of human rights, and to make sure that our nation is managed in a manner that respects the law, but makes sure that we are a stable, progressive, and democratic nation. So to IG and your team, you have my support 100% to secure this nation and to operate for all of us, every citizen. Nobody is above the law. None of us is above the law. You cannot intimidate the police. You cannot use force against the police, or insult, or threaten the police. You are threatening our nation. Because these are our frontline defenders of our rights as Kenyans and of the right of this nation to be peaceful and to be secure. So, ladies and gentlemen of the police force who are here today, of the police service who are here today, I want to give you my assurance that as you secure this nation is going to make sure that you are also safe and your family.
Chinga checho ni gomu waziri woboreni boime omoske Onesmus Kipchumba Murkomen atebira serikali wetera wizara yoboreni boime ni gere tayare gucha kumbra na familia chirichi abete chigosiri abamwabo anemono abasaya bali babete bagosira chinga kichokorobekana wekegorgia genzi omwako weto mutinyi buno yoiga kero bare kwamiriria ogwetu wa finance bill na goteba na kuboria abana siasa gotiga kuigereria chise yose chiburaburu ase boigo mochire gosaragirie byara egati y'abantu bali bakurike metanda buna chinga kichokorobekana nigo barache goika bunge gose State House na goteba ayona mamocho amanene ase a constitution yensi ya Kenya.
In the ministry we are ready to meet the families of those who unfortunately, Your Excellency, suffered as a result, lost their children as a result of these political acts. Your Excellency, it doesn't matter what happened. From a human perspective, we are ready to meet their families, have a conversation with them, and see what else we can do to support them. Your Excellency, our doors are open. And I am sure even your door is open, and the door of the IG is open for us to meet with those families. We want to ask those political scavengers to keep off and allow those families to visit us and let us have a conversation with them to see how best we are going to help them to move forward. The most unfortunate scenario happened last year at around this time on 25th of June. And in that situation, Parliament was invaded. I have spoken to ambassadors from other countries when they come visit, and I've said this. In UK, for example, if any person just tweeted or posted a post on any social media to say they will be visiting Buckingham Palace, or they will go to 10 Downing Street, or they will be going to Parliament, Your Excellency, nobody will wait for them to come to the street. They will be picked from their own houses and they will be charged. It is only in Kenya where a citizen will say they will invade Parliament, they will invade the judiciary, they will visit State House, and they still walk scot-free, not charged, and even when they are taken to court, Your Excellency, they will be released on, and they are told you can just go home for free. Kenyans need to appreciate that it is important to have the discipline that these men and women have. It's important to protect your nation, and there is nothing so good than living in a country that is so peaceful that these men and women will be supported from our ministry 100%, Your Excellency, to maintain law and order. And we have received a notice from some of the political actors who, Your Excellency, not just few months ago, they were standing where I'm standing. They were defending law and order. They were standing against the chaos. But Your Excellency are sitting now planning, buying machetes and rungus, trying to distribute to young people to cause violence in town. And they want us to sit here, fold our hands, and say that that is an Article 37 of our Constitution. Your Excellency, the national police and our police officer must be ruthless.
Maraibu ense ya Amerika omuske Donald Trump nigo amochire Chinsa cha Amerika nabo igo ense ya Iran asoko genda mamincha no kuigwana kwabo igoro yo gukora kisegi kigendrete gatiye Chinsa cyo ibere mwancho umurige Getembe TV ngo jebuna kisegi cyo nigo cyagenderere angechi wikibere bono chigo chikoera.
Completely demolished. I think the reason we're here is because those pilots, those B-2 pilots, did an unbelievable job. And you know, the fake news, like CNN in particular, they're trying to say, well, I agree that it was destroyed, but maybe not that destroyed. You know what they're doing? They're really hurting great pilots that put their lives in the line. Those pilots hit their targets. Those targets were obliterated, and the pilots should be given credit. They're not after the pilots, they're after me. They want to try and demean.
Do you believe that Iran can rebuild its nuclear program?
Iran will never rebuild its nuclear. From there? Absolutely not. That place is under rock. That place is demolished. The B-2 pilots did their job. They did it better than anybody could even imagine. They hit late in the evening. It was dark with no moon, and they hit that target with every one of those things, and that place is gone. Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I've never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them. I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Mwancho muri Getembe TV na rayo kuri Ekeonga Chinsa Ikomi asenchira yo wenga mwancho murire ajamuna yanda mange ibere na boigo nyeche botko bwarero na Haron ototo nyangiri genda gotoro buri bya ime ya Getembe TV na boigo tonyore YouTube na Facebook muna Getembe TV agenda kubwate na gochengera emro bionsi ya Getembe TV kera engaki weseme bwe manye na boigo kimuna butambe tuna Getembe TV nzori gwanjirira korende etoko gwanje ngoro kwa Catherine Nyaboga veri Nyaboga Somuno wabo manyena wabo balana basendari kuri studio kabere nerolo ka ene kyabuna chibichechi na mari wingo ikirachira senchira yobo kirano tuarobori giriboro bya asemro ya Getembe TV ko wata tumira rit kuri Alhamis.
Superstores nero eduka asorgo ngurigarua South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati Rolling Mills yuko yabwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura chagwirigiriye amabati anda unsialia utagete showroom yeto nigo enkale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokie riso yao chingaki ogoswasa bigakurigiriya amabati aiga ntobwate team tempo abo bagokora imirimo ase showroom yiga babwata chingoro chingiye cyugo kwarigania na boigo cyo tebereye kende gensi uraganie bagotebereye company ya mabati Rolling Mills iko babwate amabati chingenjo au ayuare ye chikala au na wigo ayuiga watachi profile net gauges au unabono mbabwata normal corrugated na wigo box corrugated aswigo babwata boomerang ayuare aye chigage emeronge tato asama bati alia aye chigage emeronge bire na isaro na isato mbabwata tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na wigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana roman jinko na wigo web design babwate ligani kabwate chikala bunabone lia chaco gray brick red tile red maroon sky blue na wigo na green obutambe bwe mabwate liga niko bokolengana amo nukonyagwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi wigo ebyo ochikunyaraka bo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabwate liga ase nyumba yao tutari rero ase Uhuru MRM showroom onyareka bogo kwerera amabate yu akomenya sigika ayo guchani warrant na wigo ayo orakoberwa ikasure asubwango edukenyega ya Uhuru Superstores igiye gutoka se nyumba ya Uhuru Complex imiyo cyugo busongo iyo erangene neduka ya Safaricom wigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera sete namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.